She Reflects, where everything is about you and for you. My name is Princess Rose, and beside me are two wonderful ladies.
Hey, it's Jatara.
Hello, Ty Hollins.
And today we will actually be talking about social media and the positive and the negative impacts that it has on not only us, but to you as well. And so we normally don't have this, but we have our phones on the table because that's typically how a lot of us live our lives. We have the phones in our pocket, or even if we're out to dinner or lunch, they're still with us. And so today we will be talking about what social media, how that has impacted our lives, whether for the good or for the bad. We read magazines or articles online. So I looked up an article on Forbes magazine, and or Forbes.com, I would say. They actually talked about the negative impacts on social media on your mental health. And so a lot of times with social media, it can be addictive. It can be a place where you feel bad about yourself. So it creates a sense of depression or anxiety because you're looking at the things that you see posted online and you're like, oh no, why me? And then there are other things too. Actually, let me look it up because it's like right here. The addictiveness, the sadness, the comparison on how that affects your mental health, and jealousy, and how jealousy is a very vicious cycle and how that can distort your mind. But there are positive effects to this as well. And so we'll kind of go back and forth between the negative aspects and the positive aspects and how we as Christian women can approach that, because social media is not going away. As much as we'd like to be like, oh no, like this is terrible, or oh this is good, it's not going away. If anything, it's just growing and growing all the more so. So ladies, what do you have?
Okay, well, I'm coming more from a positive point of view.
Yes, and we like positivity.
That's right.
Yes.
Because there is a lot to talk about positively when it comes to social media. We know that it has like a lot of stigmas, like negative stigmas to it, but there are benefits of having social media. For a person like me, I am a business owner, so I do have a personal account, and then I also have a business. And, you know, as a business owner, ever since social media has been in our lives, like I spend so much time on social media, like branding myself and finding different ways on how to market my business and to grow and attract followers and attract more business.
Right.
You know, and it's just like another school in itself. You know, here I am that just knows about dance and teaching, but I'm like, well, social media helps your business. So I'm like, I gotta tap into this world. Right. So it just forces you to like, you know, learn more, expand your horizons. You know, I just think about like 20, 30 years ago, choreographers and dance teachers didn't have to do this.
True.
You know, it was just like, I'm holding classes, flyers, word of mouth, you know, and probably have to spend a lot of money and time into marketing. But the benefits of it is that I get to post videos, you know, really interact with the followers. So asking them questions and just really getting to know people from a personal point of view by messages, comments, all that on social media.
That's really good. I always think of what's your identity when it comes to social media?
Right.
What are you putting out there for the world? Is it really you? Are you really happy? Or is it just for show? And if it's just for show, who do you think you're kidding? Because people really know you. And so for me personally, I use my Facebook. I had a MySpace. I don't know where it went to. I don't know where it went to.
We were teenagers.
But my Facebook, I now, and I think gradually, I've always used it for the Lord. I've used it to make sure that people know who I am. And I have had friends of friends or acquaintances, because not everybody's a friend, try me because of who I'm associated with. And I will get some really pretty raunchy stuff, and I'll be like, whoa, 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 whoa. I will not let anyone just tagline me
Yeah.
and put something on my page, because I don't want the world to see me as a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I'm not on social media and it's just myself, am I living like those people are trying to tag me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm having to figure that out myself as well too.
Yeah.
But I do know that I personally like to show God. And I do know that a lot of these kids are not really doing that when it comes to the social media. I don't know if it's because it's not their preference,
Right.
or it's not, what they're practicing, because it's not what they believe, and or just because they're at a different age. Is it just the age group of people doing certain things? Do you grow out of it? Even jobs look at your pages. They Google and search
Definitely.
you out.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, I would hate to not have an opportunity given to me because I just want to be of the world. It says you're not, if the world is loving you, you got real issues going on.
Right. I love that. I think we always have to go back to looking at that from a biblical perspective. And I like how you pointed out, Ty, the identity part to it. So the things that we post, or the things that you want to show the world, are they of God? Are they glorifying to Him? The benefits of your social media with your business. How do you brand yourself? How do you market what you're trying to sell? I
Right.
think those are all great things, but also even watching out for what about your future employers? I think we also need to be mindful of the things that we post and the things that we see, because it's going to stay there, right? Like we said, social media is not going to go anywhere. It's just growing.
Yeah.
It's just bigger and better than it was when MySpace came out, or when
right.
AOL Instant Messenger, or Yahoo
Oh, I remember the days.
or YM. Those things, like, they are just so much better now.
Yeah.
Communication, and through that. And so we need to be on top of it as well, especially if we're going to engage your audience with your dance company, right? Especially for your friends that you still keep in contact with on Facebook or on Instagram or Snapchat or TikTok or YouTube and things like that.
Right.
We need to make sure that whatever we do, whether we eat or drink, like the Apostle Paul says, that we do all to the glory of God. And that even means whatever we post, that it can be glorifying to the Lord. Even in business, even in our professions and our careers. One thing I do want to highlight on the negative effects, so there's the mental health, but there's also physical, there's also the physical aspect of that, and it's when we're looking down on our phones so much, it will cause our neck to kind of do that. And so just be on the lookout about that. I mean, it's a study, they call it neck, I forgot what it was, it's like neck something. I could look it up, or if you want to look it up too, because Google's very fast on
Right.
when you have internet, but it was neck stiffness or something, based off of looking on your phone, because you're always on your phone, especially the kids nowadays.
Well, they
Exactly.
don't look. I
Yes.
heard one of the ladies saying people don't give eye contact anymore.
Yes.
Like, what color are my
Yes,
eyes? Do
that's
you
true.
know?
A lot
And
of
it's
times
just
they
like
don't.
people don't know. They don't know how to engage and have a great conversation without getting distracted and like, oh wait, but what's
Text next.
Yes.
text next.
Next.
Okay.
Text next.
Well, I have the text neck all the time.
Yes. So,
I like that term.
yes, that's what it's called.
TN?
Text
Text
neck.
neck. So be careful,
Okay.
right? There are good and bad things, but not only does it can affect our mental health, but it can affect our physical health as well. And so, yeah. Do you have anything else to add?
Yes, I have two things
Yes.
to add.
Come on,
Okay.
come on, come with it.
So as I was listening to you, Princess, talking about like how it's very important to kind of know yourself and have like an awareness as you're
Yes.
on social media.
Right.
And then also to not be tied up in so much, like with the taglines,
Right.
everything like that. First of all, you got to have like a self-identity check. You know, you got to like really check to see who you are as a person
Yes.
and like what you want to present.
Right.
You know, because let's be honest, a lot of us are posting on social media and the outfits that we're wearing and just what we do isn't originally who we are, but because we know it's popular and we know that it'll get a lot of likes and a lot of views, well then we do it. There are people going beyond, like going out
like
of
the
their way.
influencers or
Yeah,
something
the
like that?
influencers,
Okay,
like with
okay.
models
Yes.
and stuff, like how they're getting, you know, implants.
Right.
They're just changing their whole natural look instead of being comfortable with who they are.
Yes.
You know, and that's very stressful. Like it does play with your mental health
Yes.
because you have to keep on like, okay, I gotta dress this certain way, or you know, I need my lips done, you know, or I need my butt to get bigger, you know. So we're constantly having that image shown in our faces, and it's
Yes.
putting a lot of pressure, especially on women, and not just secular women, but even Christian women as well deal with it. It's just an epidemic. And so I feel like it's very important to just point this out, that I looked on the website of the Kaiser Health News, and a way for people to also be able to deal with their anxiety and depression,
Yeah.
no matter if you're feeling insecure about yourself or you appear to be feeling secure about yourself
Yeah.
on social media. This article is called Coming Out About Mental Health on Social Media. So I think that this should be for everybody, whether you're feeling good or you're not, that you should point out, like, I have dealt with depression before. I have dealt with anxiety. I thought about
Being
committing
honest.
suicide.
Yes.
You know, you have to be honest. I feel like that will make social media so much better, and for people to feel more confident in who
Yeah.
they are when you're able to be vulnerable like this.
Yes.
You know? And you don't always have to get so personal, like, oh, I went through this, but you can say, yeah, I had a family member who, you know, committed suicide because they felt insecure about themselves.
Right.
You know, they felt like they weren't beautiful enough.
Yeah.
You know, so just really tapping into reality is what needs
Yes.
to be promoted more on social media.
I like that.
So what's your identity? That's the number one thing that we're getting. What's your identity? Like, what are you really putting out there? We obviously are on social media because She Reflects is something that we wanted to bring to the table, have some conversations. It's for you. We're making sure that we're putting things out there that we think that the conversation should be put on the table.
Yeah, we gotta talk about
We
it.
don't want to hide anything. We always want to make things raw and authentic for you guys. And I want to know, how do you use your social media?
Yeah.
Is it for good or evil?
That's the question.
So thank you for joining us on She Reflects, and we'd love to hear from you on the positive and the negative impacts of social media on your life. We have it, we know about them, we've experienced that, we're still living in that, and so we'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below.
Bye. Hi, everyone. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to get the latest from the show. Also, check out other segments on Mount Zion TV to stay up to date.